Hi, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sheree, and today's video is kind of exciting. Well, I don't know if it's exciting, but for me it is. Lately, I've been on a kick of reading like really big books, which some people call tomes, and I read two Mariana Zapata books, and those were both over 500. So I guess I'm going to consider a tome over 500. There are some books that I have, well, two stacks really, of books that I want to read this spring or this year, I guess. So we're gonna go through those and just look at some of the tomes that I want to read, and let me know if you guys have read any of these tomes. But I'm really excited to read all of these. And I don't know, there's something about lately like being in the world that the book is in for a long time that's been like very comforting to me. Sorry, had to do a quick shirt change because apparently that had a stain. Anyway, so here is one of the stacks of the books that I want to read. Then I have another stack over here. So the first one I want to read is Kulti by Mariana Zapata. Like I said, I've read two of her other books, and honestly, I just actually want to read all of her books. I also have All Roads Lead Here that I need to read, and I have Underlock. So I am just putting all of her books on the list because I just want to read all of them. I love them so much. I love her so much. I really just love being in her world so much because you spend so much time with the characters and they become friends before they become lovers. And as we know, my favorite trope is friends to lovers. So these are the other three books I have by her. I need to get her other ones, but I told myself I would finish these three before I buy any more, because then that means I have finished all five of her books that I have, and then I will get more. Another one I want to read is Bloodmarked. It's huge. It's coming in at 500, over 500 pages. I'm going to say that a tome is over 500 pages. So it's coming in at over 500 pages, 550 almost. And I read Legendborn. I love Legendborn. And now I need to read Bloodmarked. I'm like scared to jump into this because I kind of want to reread Legendborn, but there are already so many books that I want to read. I'm not like a rereader. So I also want to read Sword of Kaigan. I've heard such great things about this book, and it is close over 600 pages. So I've heard really good things. A part of, like I said, I'm in my fantasy era also, and I'm realizing the genres I like the most are, at least right now, fantasy and romance. Fantasy, romance, and there was one other, horror. I mean, I always like horror, but I feel like fantasy and romance are my two like genres that I'm just want to read right now. And normally fantasy, they always have, most of the time they have really big books. Not always, but a lot of times you can find like huge epic fantasy books, and I kind of love that. But I'm also looking for huge romance books. Like that's kind of like where I'm at right now. And so I also want to read Binding 13. This one is huge. The thing about this one is that the font is so small. That's the only thing that's like keeping me from reading this book. This one is over 500 pages, and I feel like it probably reads pretty fast. I actually am probably gonna read this really soon because there's 4 books in the series, I think, and I've heard such good things about this, and I'm really excited. I see this on my shelf all the time, and I'm like, I need to read these. Okay, another fantasy, The City of Gods and Monsters. I heard this is really good. I saw someone talk about this on TikTok. This comes in at over 700 pages. So I'm gonna be in this world for a while. And I think this is like dark fantasy romance. I don't know. Maybe not, but it's only book 1. So it's definitely fantasy. No, I don't know if there's any romance, but she's thick and I'm excited to read her. And obviously, I had to include these. Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This one comes in at over 500 pages. I can't believe I haven't read this yet. It's one of those things where it's like, it's the last book in like part of that series, and you just don't want to read it yet because you're like, then that world will be over. That's how I feel. And so I haven't done it. And I know once I do it, I'm going to be so happy, but I haven't been able to bring myself to do it yet. And then Lucy's Score. I've talked about Lucy's Score before because I want to read her books, and I feel like her books are about small town romances. And so I have this one and I have another one by her, Forever Never, and they're both over 500 pages. And so I want to read her books, and I will do it. I mean, they're thick. I feel like they're slow burn. I feel like they're romance. I feel like they're small town, and I feel like I'm going to love her. I feel like I'm going to love her. I just saw another one that was like, I think it was like a reissue, but I forgot what it's called. But I saw another one at the bookstore. But it's funny because she has 2 blue ones, 2 pink ones, and then the new one is kind of like a combination of blue and pink. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed that, but there's like a color scheme to her books, just saying. Now, if we're moving along from romance to regular or fiction, or I don't know, but Stephen King, his books are notoriously big. I've been wanting to read this for years. I read it, which is over 1,000 pages. This is also over 1,000 pages. I recently tried to read Mr. Mercedes. I did not like it. I think I got like 50 pages in and I was like, what the frick is this? So I'm kind of like, I used to love Stephen King, so I'm kind of weird. I don't know. I'm a little nervous, but I've heard there's a romance subplot in this, and I like the whole time traveling aspect, so I'll give this a try. Stephen King is he's having me question some things, and we'll see. But I do want to give this one a try. I also have The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis. I've only read American Psycho by him, but this is over 500 pages, and I specifically bought the UK cover because I like it better than the American cover. And this, I don't know what, there's just gonna be, just imagine me like this, and it's not super floppy, which I like, because usually books that are this big, this size trim, are floppy, and I don't like that. I don't like a floppy big book like this. I kind of like it to be held together. And so yeah, this is like Dark Academia, and it sounds really good and fucked up. It takes place in LA, 1981, before I was born, Buckley College. So Dark Academia. And if we know anything about Bret Easton Ellis, it's going to be Dark Academia for sure. At the beginning of the year, I started out my year with A Little Life, the first book I read this year, which what a way to start out the year, right? What a way to devastate yourself. What a way to really tap into your emotions. I did not cry, even though I cried insanely in seven days in June. But A Little Life was one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. And so I want to read more by her, by Hana Yanagihara. And so I have this one, To Paradise. I tried to read The People in the Trees, and I was a little bit bored. So I'm going to give this book a try. And it's weird because it's like, you can't read A Little Life and then go back to someone's like first work. It's just so different. So I don't know. I've heard that one's devastating too. I just couldn't get very far in it. I just wasn't interested in the subject matter maybe. But this one, I've heard mixed reviews on To Paradise, but I still want to give it a try. It's over 700 pages in the form of Hana Yanagihara. She never disappoints with the page count. So this is another one I want to read. I couldn't do a Tomes haul or a Tomes discussion without talking about the ultimate tome that's like gone around, obviously. Priory. I've had this book since it came out. It is over 700 pages, which not the longest book I've ever read. And I tried to like read it before, and I tried to like split it up into, I think, like 50-page increments maybe. I didn't make it super far, but I should probably annotate this if I'm gonna reread this. And yeah, the ultimate tome. I had to put on the list. It's crazy though. This is 700 pages. It looks like it's over 1,000, but the paper is thick. That's that good quality paper, and has a lot of words on the page. No, not a lot of words on the page. I don't know, but I think I could read this. I don't know how long. I want to do a reading vlog on this and the other one, the prequel. So look out for that, definitely. I only have 3 more tomes left, but I'm gonna consider this one a tome because it's Kennedy Ryan's The Grip Trilogy. Now, all 3 books are in this, So I'm gonna read it all in once, and it clocks in at over 700 pages when you read them all together. And that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna split it up. 3 books, 2 decades, 1 love of a lifetime. Okay, sorry. Kennedy never disappoints with the large, expansive love. That's what I love about her books. So I'm excited. This book is huge. And again, not super floppy. This will be annotated as well. Then I recently got this one, and I've been really wanting to read this. The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. High seas, pirates, fantasy. Yes. This one clocks in at, a little under 500. It's like 470 maybe. But I wanted to include it because it's not huge, but it's close to 500. It seems like it's going to be epic, and I'm really excited to read it. I've had my eye on this for a long time. There might be a vlog on this too, reading like anticipated books and anticipated fantasy. I don't know, but it needs to happen. Last but certainly not least is Age of Ice. I literally almost stalk this book at the bookstore. Like every time I go in the bookstore, I look at it and be like, no, Sheree, don't buy it, because it's literally $30. But one day I was just like, fuck it. I want it. I wanted a physical copy. It clocks in at a little over $500. A little over, it's what it feels like, over 500 pages. And I had to get it. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 tomes I want to read this year, this spring. I don't know, I'm not gonna give myself a time limit, but these are like the books that I'm like, have my eye on as far as big books. You know, I hate the saying, I like big books, and I cannot lie, I hate it, but I mean, it would fit well with this. So that's the video. Let me know if any of you guys have read any of these. Let me know if you want vlogs on any of them. I'm definitely going to do a vlog probably on the Priory of the Orange Tree, because I want to read that one and the other one. I think that would help me stick to it if I like did a vlog. That'd be fun, but I definitely can't carry that around in New York on the subway. That would just be intense and insane and so heavy in my bag. So that might be an at-home reading book only. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for sticking around, and please follow me on TikTok, and please subscribe to the channel, because I love making these videos and I love reading, and I just want to talk about books with people. I don't think I have an outro, but until next time, I guess my outro is till next time.